The Mohan people live mainly from fishing. Their boats are often their workplaces, sleeping quarters, and kitchens in one. Mustafa Gadi has lived his entire life on the Indus River and its tributaries. He'll never forget the night 5 years ago when the floods came.
Our boat was tied up, but it broke loose. My wife tried to get it under control, but the force of the water pulled it out into the rushing waters. Then the boat capsized, and we were fighting for our lives. My 3 boys knew how to swim, but my 2 daughters couldn't. They both drowned.
Nobody here calls it climate change, but the fishermen clearly sense that something has gone wrong.
Floods like that are actually unusual here, but we've had heavy flooding every year since 2010. They cause a great deal of damage. The weather has changed. The summers are much hotter.
To have a safer place to sleep, Mustafa recently built a hut on land. But this year's floods even reached the new shelter. He doesn't know what else he can do to protect his family, and he doesn't expect help from the authorities. Not far away is Kot Adu, a city of about 500,000. For several years, it's faced a repeated threat of flooding, even though the Indus River is 20 kilometers away. The levees were no match for the catastrophic flood of 5 years ago, says environmental activist Mohin Akhtar.
Soon after the 2010 flood, the authorities started raising the dikes and barriers. The retention basins you see back there were rebuilt and their dikes reinforced with rocks. That was supposed to make them strong enough to withstand the water pressure. Almost all the dams needed to protect Kot Adu and the settlements here in the region have now been refurbished.
About 1,000 kilometers south in the Indus Delta, the effects of climate change are also being felt. Ghulam Khatri is inspecting a project in which the government and activists are trying to soften the impact of climate change on the Delta region. Mangroves are being planted to keep the sandbanks between the Indus River and the Arabian Sea from eroding away.
The frequency of the cyclones, the frequency of the sea rise now increases. Mangroves are the shield, are the safeguards of any high waves, cyclones. These are the shields for the communities. Even the land or the soil is also just tied with the roots. So this is why the mangroves is more important with the marine ecosystem.
At first, progress was slow, but this year additional funding was provided, and now 150,000 hectares of mangroves are in place. 10,000 people live on the sandbanks among the mangroves. The fishermen are trying to adapt to the increasing severity of the flooding. More and more houses here are being raised onto pilings.
We normally build our huts right on the silt, but in recent years, storm tides have been washing over everything, and when the water recedes, it takes the silt with it. We were constantly repairing the foundations. Pilings are much better.
Muhammad Ismail says his house survived the last flood. He hopes his children will also have a future here on the Indus Delta.